This set is based on arrangement. 8 persons A to H are sitting in 2 rows with 4 persons each, such that each person in a row faces exactly one person in the other row. It is also known that there are 8 seats in 2 rows. Each row has 4 seats and each seat is facing one of the seats in the other row. Now in a statement, first it is given that D is not sitting opposite to F or C, but we cannot fix position of D, so we are not going to use this information at this juncture. In a statement second, it is given that A is sitting opposite to G. G and C are sitting in 2 different rows. Again, we don't have concrete info to start locating position of persons. In the next statement, it is given that G and H are sitting in the same row. C and F are also sitting in the same row. If we use the last part of second statement, G and C are sitting in different row, which means C and F will sit in the row opposite to G and H. And we also know that A sits in the row which is opposite to the row in which G is sitting, so A, C, F are sitting in the same row. Now further, it is given that G and H are not sitting adjacent to each other, and the same is true for C and F. And in statement 4, it is given that A and C are not sitting at the end of any row, which means now we can fix the position of A and C. They are not sitting at any of the end seat of the row in which they are sitting, which means they are occupying 2 middle positions. There are 2 possibilities: either A is to the right of C or C is to the right of A. Now as we know that G is sitting adjacent to or opposite to A, which means we can fix position of G as well. And it is also known that C and F are not sitting adjacent to each other, but they are sitting in the same row, so this will be position of F. And similar is the case given for G and H, so this will be position of H in this row. Here it will be position of H in this row, rather here, and F will sit here. Now in statement 5, it is given that if any one of G and H is sitting at one of the ends, then he is sitting at the extreme right end of the row. In first case, H is sitting at extreme position, but he is sitting at extreme left position, which means this arrangement is not possible. There is only one arrangement in which H is sitting at the rightmost position of the row in which he is sitting. And in the final statement, it is given that neither C nor F is sitting opposite to either G or H, which is already there. Now coming to statement first, in which it is given that D is not sitting adjacent to F opposite to either F or C. If this is the case, then D has to sit at the leftmost position in the row in which he or she sits. Otherwise D would be opposite to either C or F. And finally we are left with the 2 persons who are, and these persons are B and E. They can occupy the remaining 2 positions in any order. So this is the final arrangement. Let's move to the questions. In the first question, it is asking who is sitting to the immediate right of C. Immediate right of C is A. Therefore option C is the correct answer. In the next question it is asking who is sitting between B and E. It is G who is sitting between B and E, hence option A is the correct answer. In the next question it is asking who is sitting opposite to C. The person who is sitting opposite to C is either B or C, therefore option D is the correct answer. In the last question of this set, it is asking which of the following statements is or required to determine the sitting position of each person. We have got the sitting position of each person except B and E. So let's check the statements. C is sitting opposite to the person who is sitting just next to Z. The person who is sitting opposite to C is either C, B or E, and both of them is sitting adjacent to G, which is already known to us. Therefore this statement would not enable us to determine what the question is asking. Coming to the next statement, in which it is given that E is not sitting opposite to the person who is sitting next to D. The person who is sitting next to D is C, and it is given that E is not sitting opposite to the person who is sitting just next to D, which means D is sitting, E is sitting opposite to F and B is sitting opposite to C. Hence statement second is sufficient to answer this question. G is sitting next to E. This is what is given in the third statement, which is already known. So this statement is not helping us. There is only one statement, which is statement B, which enables us to determine the position of each person uniquely. Hence option B is the correct answer.